Hi there guys, in this video I'll be changing my case. I noticed when I was looking through my pictures that I was using this case for at least 12 years. Whilst it's not been a bad case in that, I just felt it's time for a change. Another reason is that when you have a look inside, it's a bit of a mess with cables. I did try and get the cables neat at one point, but eventually I just gave up trying to put them in nice positions because there's just no way of hiding the cables. I do also like the fact that they've now moved the power supply down to the bottom. That means basically at the top now you can get all your fans up there rather than a big lump stuck up in the way, which means you can't get anything up there. Another case will provide the possibility for radiators, which that case cannot support, and another bonus is that we get rid of these 80mm fans, which are not bad or anything, but we can switch to 120 and 140mm fans, which are generally quieter. So that's another reason I want to switch that. So anyway, let's get the stuff out and have a look what it looks like when the stuff's been removed. So now this is the case without any components in. It's pretty much well stripped out. The only couple of things I've left in is the fans. This is all my stuff that I've been taken out: the hard disk, the ROM drive, power supply, motherboard. So now let's get ready and stick it into the new case. And here we go, here's the new case. I decided to go for a Crosshair 450D, mainly for a couple of reasons. Obviously it's capable of taking the bigger fans, which is something I wanted. It has a way of dealing with all the messy cables, and it also supports radiators that I may add in the future. I'm not quite sure at the moment, but it gives me that possibility of doing it later on. So let's get it out of the box and have a look at it. Alright, it looks quite neat inside. It comes with 3 fans, 2 on the front and 1 on the rear. The front ones are 140mm and the rear ones are 120mm. You can install a couple more fans if you wish. On the top you can install 2 140mm fans or 3 120mm fans. You could actually install another 120mm on the bottom, but it's kind of a bit tight down there. You can also install a radiator if you want to cool it by liquid. That can either be put on the front, top or rear. Obviously the top is the biggest mount. The power supply, you can see it goes down the bottom. You've got 3 hard disk bays, 2 ROM drives, and the solid states go behind the case. Now let's have a look and stick some stuff in it. In this build I will be putting my old system in it, which is only a 2600K, which you may think is a bit dated now. I'm still not quite sure what I'm going to do with the whole PC at the moment, but at the moment it seems to run most things pretty well. So I think it's about time we start putting some stuff in. So this is with all the stuff in. It was all going quite well until I put the power supply in, which kind of made a bit of a mess of it all. As you can see at the bottom, there is a load of cables down the bottom. The only way I can really improve this is by changing the power supply to a modular one. Other than that, everything seems to have gone okay. The only thing I would say is there isn't a lot of space on the rear panel to get all your cables in. It could have done with a little bit more width in it. Would have helped with just getting some cables out of the way. But other than that, it should be okay. I did install an extra 140mm fan on the top just to help with ventilation. So next day I got hold of a modular power supply. This basically allowed me to make the case a lot more tidier. On this side here on the right I had quite a few cables crossing and they've all gone, and the rest of them are just behind the system. And the ones down the bottom here, I had a load of cables sitting up there that just wasn't needed, and this modular power supply has allowed me to basically get rid of all of them. Yeah, and hopefully it should be okay now. So what do you think, guys? Leave your comments in that below, and thanks for watching. Have a good time.